Thank you and enjoy your flight.
Hey folks, Maverick Watch Reviews back here with another review for you. Today we have the Phoibos Great White, and that's my name for it by the way, and I'll explain it to you later. 300-meter automatic diver, model number PY006B. And first I want to thank Ethan and Emily over at Phoibos yet again for another review unit. Make sure you check out Phoibos' website and pick yourself up one. They have great prices and free worldwide shipping. I simply love dealing with Phoibos. You know, great watches, great prices, free shipping. You really just can't go wrong. But first, I would like to invite you to become a patron of mine on Patreon. This will allow me to buy a better camera, better editing software, and give you a new watch review at least a few times a week. Make sure you check out my Patreon page when you get a chance. My only commitment level is $3 a month, but you can always give more or less, 1, 2, 5, whatever you can give a month would be really appreciated. Thank you. Now, as usual, we'll open this thing up, look at the fit and finish, the features and the functions, the build quality, and then give you my overall impressions of this new automatic from Phoibos. Now, you've seen these watch boxes before. You're familiar with the Phoibos watch box. So let's take a look at this thing. Now, I got in a lot of trouble last time because I used a metal micrometer, so I'm going to use a new one, and I'll show you here in just a second. Anyway, here's the stuff you get inside. You get your 2-year international warranty card. You get a little pamphlet here if you have to send the watch back for any repairs. You get the 30-day return policy right there, which is really nice. And of course, the simple manual. You really don't even need the manual. This watch is really easy to operate. So there you go. That's what you get inside. And let's look at this watch here. All right. Now again, I used a metal micrometer last time. That was a big mistake because y'all rode me like crazy about that. So let's go ahead and use the new plastic one. Boom! Really like this little micrometer. So, all right. First, let's get the case size. So you're looking at, let me see here, 44.5. Now take 3 millimeters off for the crown. So you're looking at about 41.5. Let's look at the thickness. Thickness is, let me see, 13.9. Let's go ahead and say 14 for the thickness. Lug to lug, you're looking at, let me see here. Lug to lug is what? 48.5. And let's look at the bracelet. I think the bracelet's about 22, I think. And look at that. Yeah, about 22. 21.8, so there you go. So anyways, there are your measurements. Again, this is a really nice little cheap, inexpensive micrometer. I think it was like $8 or $9 on Amazon. Really like this thing. Much better than that metal one. Because yeah, I have to admit, you guys are right. I wouldn't want to take any chances scratching up any really, really nice watches with a metal micrometer. So if you ever need a plastic micrometer for whatever other reason, this is a really, really nice one. So let's go ahead and turn this thing off. And let's talk a little bit more about the watch here. Here are the rest of the specs. You're looking at 300 meters water resistant, which is 990 feet. You do have an AR coated sapphire crystal. AR obviously stands for anti-reflective. It does have a Miyota 82S0 automatic movement. Of course, Miyota is made by Citizen. It has a 38 to 40 hour power reserve, which is pretty decent. It doesn't have a date function, which we'll talk about later. It does have Superluminova C1 all over the indexes and hands, and a little 12 o'clock pip up here. It does have a screw down crown over at 3 o'clock with some crown guards, and I'll talk a little bit about that later as well. So, I mean, this is basically just another great watch, a really, really good bang for your buck value from Phoibos. It's really, really legible. You have applied markers with a like a semi little chrome bezel around each one. You have a really, really beautiful sunburst dial, and I'm showing you right there. Really, really nice sunburst dial. Great looking aluminum bezel insert. Really, really grippy, 120 click. Has very little play in it, which is nice. Even for a watch in this price range, I wasn't expecting the bezel to be quite this nice, which is a nice, pleasant surprise. What else? Very well made for the money. I mean, it feels nice and solid. It doesn't feel cheaply made at all. If you look at the case, you've got really two big polished areas on either side of the case. The rest of the case is pretty brushed. The links, the sides of the links are polished as well. And that's kind of standard, honestly, for a lot of watches out there. Again, you have some crown guards over here. You have a signed crown. And let's talk about this crown. The crown, for some reason, doesn't feel quite as solid as the quartz version. I'm not quite sure why. The quartz version did have a date function, and the extra clicking and pulling to get to the date function to adjust it, it just made the crown feel a lot more solid for some reason. This one just doesn't feel that solid. Not that it feels bad or anything. It just doesn't feel quite as solid. It still screws down and unscrews really nicely. It's got a nice solid crown pop when it pops out, which is really cool. Just for some reason, and maybe it's just subjective. Doesn't feel quite as solid as the old one, which is not really a big deal. The lume, I think, is a little bit better than the quartz model. It's got a real nice cobalt blue lume to it. I think it lasts a little bit longer. I tested them out the other day. It does last a little bit longer. I'm not quite sure if they were using Super Luminova on the last one. Let me check and see what they were. Let's see here if they were using Super Luminova on the last one. Got their site up right now. It doesn't say. It doesn't say they were using Super Luminova, so that's probably the reason why this is much better lume. Much better lume. So what else we want to talk about here? Again, I wish it did have a date function. That would have been nice. Just extra little bang for your buck there to have a date function there. I didn't care if it had a Cyclops or not, but a date function would have been nice. Let's talk about the case back of the watch. Let's talk about the bracelet too. Real nice, simple bracelet, solid links, polished end links. You have a signed buckle here, right there. You have a signed clasp and a signed buckle, which is really nice. And here's your case back. That's why I call it the Great White. You can see it right there. I mean, for a watch to have this nice of a laser engraved case back is really, another testament to you're really getting a lot for your money with the Phoibos watch. So there you go. There's the Great White, as I like to call it. So there you go. Pretty cool. Let's go ahead and try this thing on. Let's go ahead and try this thing on real quick. And I only had to adjust it, one micro adjustment to get it to fit perfectly. So there you go. You get a lot of bang for your buck here. Again, fits great. I've got just enough leeway underneath the bracelet. Really nice. So there you go. There's the wrist shot. Really feels comfortable. And let's go ahead and cut out the studio light. Let's cut out the studio light and check out this lume. All right. And you'll see what I'm talking about. Much better lume than the quartz model. All right, let's take a look at this thing here. See, there you go. Really nice, kind of that cobalt teal blue. Really nice. Now again, it's not going to last as long as Seiko's Lumibrite, but no watch does, honestly. So there you go. Really nice. In fact, let me zap it again real quick here. I didn't think I zapped it long enough. Let me zap it a little bit longer. And let's see what's going on here. So you can see how bright. It can get pretty bright. Now, it's obviously not going to stay that bright for a while, but there you go. That's a much better indication of what it looks like. A lot brighter than it was before. So, all right, so let's turn the studio light back on. And what else? Now, you can get one of these over at Phoibos' website for $169. Again, that is with free shipping. Free worldwide shipping. Phoibos has two warehouses. They have one in China and one here in the States. Depending on where you are, it depends on how long the watch takes to get to you. And of course, I'll put a link in the description field for that if you want to go over there and check them out. And that's really about it, folks. Now, if you want to stay tuned at the very end of the review, I have a little special something for you. Make sure you stay tuned for the very end of the review, just like a Marvel movie. There's a little Easter egg in the review, so I want you to take a look at it. Anyway, if you like this video, please click on like. If you want to subscribe to my channel, I'd really appreciate that. And folks, that's about it for this review. I've got some more stuff coming up, so please stay tuned. And that's about it. I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye. I'm taking a video, bro.
I already took a picture.
You thought I was taking a picture? That's why you're giving me that goofy face? Oh, that's just your normal face. Oh, gotcha.
No, it isn't.
Well, that's not your normal face?
No.
Show me your normal face.
I don't want to.
Why not?
Because I don't have to.
Oh, excuse me.
I wish I didn't have to look at you every day.
Oh, nice one. What are we watching?
None of your business.
We're watching Salamandrin. Hey! Alright, well folks, this is my son. This is who the channel's named after. He's an ungrateful little bastard. But you can't spell that.
Bastard.
Oh, he got it!
Well, actually, that's an insult to you. That's saying my parents had me without being married to. That's an insult to you, not me.
You got me. You got me.
And also, your face is an insult to the world.
Oh! Hey! Alright, buddy, I love you. Just say I love you. I'll see you later.
Don't love you too.
You know what? Turn to the camera and be nice for 2 seconds without spilling chips all over the floor.
It's a specialty.
Love you, buddy.
You know what? Hold on, folks.
Oh, God.
I'm gonna fart.
Oh, God.
Fart!
People, I'm sorry about this. I apologize. My son has no manners. Jeez.
I'm gonna fart in 3, 2, 1.
Okay. All right. That's it. Say goodbye, Maverick. Say goodbye. Be nice. For real.
Bye-bye.